My name is Emily Mack, and I'm excited to share the history of Toomer Elementary School. Toomer is a public school that serves the neighborhoods of Kirkwood, Eastlake, and Edgewood in Atlanta, Georgia. This story spans from when the land was part of the Cherokee Nation through the era of segregation and into the present day. The history of Toomer begins with the land's original ownership by the Cherokee Nation. The land that would eventually become the Toomer Elementary School site was initially part of the Cherokee Indian tribal lands. Through a contentious history of land acquisition in the United States, the lands were distributed through the 1821 land lottery, paving the way for European American settlement of former indigenous territories. Jesse Clay, a Confederate soldier, purchased the land and surrounding area using money from the sale of 10 enslaved people. He and his family lived in a tent along the spring at the edge of the property. Over time, Clay subdivided the land among his sons. This land was further subdivided and by the 1900s evolved into a thriving community that included its own infrastructure, including schools. The neighborhood school, Kirkwood Elementary School, opened in 1910 and served the white children in the community. It was located on Kirkwood Road. Beginning in the late 1950s, Kirkwood experienced a transition from an almost all-white to an all-Black community. The Atlanta School Board made the decision in 1965 to integrate the Kirkwood School, which was met with extreme opposition. On the first day of classes, all 18 teachers and nearly all of the 500 white students transferred out. Only 7 white students and the principal remained. Soon, Kirkwood Elementary became overcrowded. The Atlanta Public Schools Board purchased Kirkwood Baptist Church, located on what is now Hosea Williams Drive, to handle the overflow, and opened Fountain Elementary, named for Bishop William Alfred Fountain, Jr., a past president of Morris Brown College. Parents protested sending their children to school in a church, and so the land for Toomer was purchased for $500,000. It included an abandoned street and 2 lots that were deeded by a George B. Brown. In 1964 through 1965, the Board of Education purchased the surrounding land for Toomer Elementary from individual property owners. Construction began in 1965, but was halted due to construction strikes. The school opened in 1968 and was named after Fred A. Toomer, the vice president of Atlanta Life Insurance Company, a Black-owned insurance company that insured Black residents in the Atlanta area. The neighborhood of Kirkwood was a thriving Black community served by 3 elementary schools, Kirkwood, Fountain, and Toomer. In the late 1950s and early 1960s, the construction of the I-20 expressway divided the Kirkwood community. Fountain Elementary closed, and in the 1980s, a MARTA line was built, which demolished more homes and created another wall of isolation. The community was redlined, became a food desert, and experienced a population decline. The cocaine epidemic of the 70s and 80s further devastated the community, leading to a significant decline in population and an increase in poverty. Despite these challenges, Toomer Elementary continued to serve the community. School reports indicate that the students were severely behind their peers in math and reading, and their scores were the lowest in the state. The students participated in scouting programs, pageants, and spelling bees. By 1995, the Kirkwood neighborhood couldn't support 2 schools. The Kirkwood School closed and merged into Toomer. In 1999, MARTA proposed demolishing the school to build a spur of the train line, but neighbors protested and the project was stopped. In the late 1990s, Kirkwood began to experience another population shift. White families began moving back into the neighborhood and renovating homes. Over time, they began enrolling their children at Toomer. While the school continued to see a decline in enrollment, by the late 2000s, test scores were soaring, and all students were showing academic success. Mary Nettles is scooping spaghetti sauce behind the metal steam trays in the Toomer Elementary cafeteria. This is the first spaghetti night dinner to raise money for the school, and there's a continuous line. In fact, they're about to run out of meat sauce. In the cafeteria, pigtailed cheerleaders clad in bright yellow t-shirts are chanting their welcome. Thank you for coming to the spaghetti dinner. Enjoy your time. There's a raffle and a silent auction and a room full of white families and Black families, neighbors sharing tables. We have a long way to go, but this is a start, says Nettles, a longtime Kirkwood resident who has seen a lifetime of changes. She's a blunt woman, not one to sugarcoat things, but not one to badmouth them either. So she searches for the right way to talk about Kirkwood's lingering racial divide. You have to change the hearts and minds of people, Black and white. A dynamic principal, dedicated teachers, and tiny classes enable the school to reach scores on state tests that rival those of its rich Northside counterparts. There are Chinese characters painted on the wall in the cafeteria. The school offers Mandarin as a foreign language. Last year, white and Black parents lined up to enroll their children in pre-kindergarten classes. Students here will ultimately attend Grady High School. Both of these come from Atlanta Magazine. In 2012, a report identified Toomer Elementary School and neighboring Eastlake Elementary School as schools impacted by the Atlanta Public Schools cheating scandal. Both the principal and assistant principal were fired. Due to continued decline in enrollment, Eastlake closed and merged into Toomer. Many parents protested the merger, and families from both schools moved their children to a local charter school. As the population of students at the charter school grew, Toomer continued to see a decline in enrollment. In 2017, Whiteford Elementary School closed, and the students were rezoned for Toomer. Toomer continued on a track of poor test scores. As the waiting list for the charter school grew, families moving into the neighborhood committed to attend their local public school, Toomer. Now Toomer serves 3 communities, Edgewood, Eastlake, and Kirkwood. Students at Toomer continue to score below their peers in Atlanta and the state of Georgia. But the staff and administration are working to close the achievement gap between Black and white students on standardized tests. Teachers are receiving more training on explicit phonics instruction. These strategies are working. On the 2024 Milestones end-of-year assessment, students showed significant gains, surpassing their pre-pandemic scores. The 2024 math data will be available soon. School has been recognized for their work on equity and inclusion within the school. This includes the building of an inclusive playground to meet the needs of students with disabilities and a focus on restorative justice within the school. Most recently, Toomer has undergone a transformative $20 million renovation, which significantly upgraded the school's facilities, ensuring that its infrastructure meets the evolving needs of its vibrant student body. The comprehensive renovation at Toomer Elementary School is a testament to the community and the district's commitment to elevating educational standards. Today, Toomer is a place that nurtures creativity, connection, and joy among its students. The school's journey through adversity is a testament to the power of perseverance, dedication, and community engagement. As we reflect on the history of Toomer Elementary, we are reminded of the broader narratives of struggle, resilience, and hope that define the American experience. This story, rooted in the past yet looking towards the future, challenges us to consider our role in continuing this legacy of unity, inclusivity, and equity.